Every single month, you work 40, 50, or 60 hours, only to watch your hard-earned paycheck instantly vanish into bank accounts that aren't yours. You sit at your desk, look at your bank balance, and feel that heavy, familiar tightening in your chest. It's the invisible weight of a $50,000 debt portfolio holding you hostage, turning your dreams of financial independence into a distant, unattainable luxury. Hey everyone, Felix here from Financial Freedom Files. Welcome back to the channel where we decode the blueprints to reclaim your money and your life. If you are currently trapped in the classic American debt trifecta, juggling a high-interest credit card, a heavy auto loan, and a lingering student loan balance, I want you to take a deep breath. You are not a failure, you aren't broke, and you aren't bad with money. You are simply dealing with a system that was structurally designed to keep you paying interest for the rest of your working life. But today, the cycle stops. We are going to break down the absolute best debt payment strategies that will help you achieve complete debt freedom, minimize the total interest you pay, and shave years off your timeline. This isn't about extreme deprivation or living on ramen noodles. It's about tactical strategy, behavioral psychology, and taking back control of your economic destiny. Think about what $50,000 of debt actually does to your mind. It's not just a number on a screen, it is a constant drain on your mental and emotional energy. When you have a $7,000 credit card balance compounding at 22%, an $18,000 car loan, and a $25,000 student loan legacy block, your income gets diluted. You write 3 different checks every single month just to cover the minimums, and it feels like your wheels are spinning in the mud. You make decent money, you have a solid career, you pay your mortgage on time, but at the end of the month, there's nothing left over for you to build real wealth. To break this cycle, we have to find our financial fuel. Standard personal finance advice will tell you to magically produce an extra $500 a month, but let's be totally honest with each other. With the average American mortgage crossing $2,000 and the cost of daily life creeping up, that cash isn't just sitting around. Our fuel is going to come from 2 intentional places: micro-optimizations of your current bills to plug hidden leaks, and small, variable streams of side income that leverage skills you already possess. Even finding an extra $150 to $200 a month can completely rewrite your debt payoff timeline. Before we dive deep into the specific mechanics of the debt snowball and how it can completely transform your financial life, let's take a very quick moment to make sure you stay connected on this journey. If you are ready to stop working for the banks and start building a life of true wealth, hit that subscribe button right now, give this video a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs this motivation, and click the bell icon so you never miss an episode of the Financial Freedom Files. Your support helps us keep creating these masterclasses for you. Now, let's look closely at our first core philosophy, the debt snowball strategy. If you talk to traditional mathematical purists, they will tell you that the debt snowball makes no sense on paper. They will argue that you should always pay off the highest interest rate first. But human beings are not spreadsheets. We are emotional, psychological creatures driven by momentum, visual progress, and the need for a win. When you are looking at $50,000 in total debt, the sheer scale of that number can freeze you in place. You feel paralyzed because the finish line feels miles away. The debt snowball is specifically engineered to fix that psychological paralysis. Here is exactly how you execute it. You list your 3 debts strictly from the smallest balance to the largest balance, completely ignoring the interest rates. In our scenario, that means your $7,000 credit card is target number 1, your $18,000 car loan is target number 2, and your $25,000 student loan is your final destination. You set up automatic payments to cover the exact minimums on your car and your student loans, and you deploy every single spare dollar of your optimized cash margin directly at that credit card balance. Why does this work so incredibly well for your mind? Because it creates an early victory. Within a matter of months, instead of seeing 3 separate balances slowly ticking down by fractions of an inch, you see one balance drop to absolute zero. That credit card statement completely disappears from your life. Psychologically, a massive shift occurs. You no longer feel like a victim of your debt. Instead, you feel like a predator hunting it down. You take the entire minimum payment you use to throw at that credit card, combine it with your extra monthly fuel, and you slam that entire concentrated financial weapon directly into your car loan. Your second debt begins to fall twice as fast, building an unstoppable avalanche of momentum. By focusing on small, sequential victories, you are retraining your brain to associate money management with winning rather than restriction. You start to see that financial freedom isn't a myth reserved for the ultra-wealthy. It is a tangible reality that you are actively building with your own hands. The cash flow that used to belong to the credit card company is now legally yours again, and you are using it as a battering ram against your remaining liabilities. We are about halfway through our blueprint, and if you are already feeling the clarity and confidence to take control of your financial future, take 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button, drop a like on this video, share it with a friend who is fighting their own financial battles, and tap that notification bell. It stays short and sweet, but your engagement tells the algorithm that financial literacy matters, and it helps us reach millions more who are looking for an exit strategy from the rat race. Now that we understand the psychological power of the snowball, let's contrast it with its analytical twin, the debt avalanche strategy. If the snowball is built for your heart, the avalanche is built strictly for your head. This strategy is designed for the person who looks at debt as a math problem to be solved with maximum efficiency, minimum interest paid, and the absolute shortest physical duration possible. To execute the debt avalanche, you rearrange your layout entirely. You list your debts from the highest interest rate down to the lowest interest rate, completely ignoring the total balance size. In our American trifecta scenario, your 22% credit card remains at the top of the list. But instead of automatically moving to the car loan next, you look at the interest rates of your remaining balances. If your student loan has an 8% interest rate and your auto loan sits at 5%, your student loan becomes target number 2, despite having a much larger total balance of $25,000. You pay the minimums on your car and your student loans, and you ruthlessly attack that high-interest credit card first. The mathematical reason for this is simple. Compound interest is a double-edged sword. When you invest, it builds your wealth. When you are in debt, it destroys your wealth. A 22% interest rate on a credit card is an emergency. It is a financial fire that is burning down your house every single day. By crushing that highest rate first, you stop the bleeding immediately. You ensure that every single dollar you scrape together goes toward reducing the actual principal balance, rather than just lining the pockets of credit card executives. Once that credit card is wiped out, you move that entire monthly payment stream over to the student loan. This is where the true mental grit comes into play. Because the student loan balance is $25,000, it is going to take a long time for that balance to drop to zero. You won't get that quick, easy dopamine hit of clearing an entire account off your books within the first few months like you would with the snowball. But what you will get is the quiet, powerful knowledge that you are saving thousands of dollars in pure interest waste. You are shrinking the total amount of money you will ever have to pay back to financial institutions, ensuring that your path to wealth is as short and clean as mathematically possible. Right here, at this exact crossroads between the emotional momentum of the snowball and the cold math of the avalanche, I want to pause and hear directly from you. Drop a comment down below right now and let me know. Are you Team Snowball or Team Avalanche? Do you prefer the quick psychological wins or do you want the pure mathematical savings? I read every single comment, so let me know your thoughts down there. Whether you choose the mind or the math, there is a third advanced pathway that many people completely overlook, and that is the hybrid optimization strategy. This is where we combine structural banking tools with our payment engines to accelerate your timeline even further. If you have decent credit and a stable job, you don't have to just accept the high interest rates your lenders gave you years ago. You can actively manipulate the terms of your debt to work in your favor. For example, you can look into a 0% APR balance transfer credit card. By moving your high-interest credit card debt over to a promotional 0% card for an initial 12 to 18 months, you effectively freeze the compounding interest monster entirely. For a small upfront transfer fee, suddenly every single dollar you pay goes entirely toward wiping out the principal. Alternatively, you can look into federal student loan optimization programs or refinancing options to drop an aggressive interest rate down to a manageable level. When you combine a hybrid optimization tool with either the Debt Snowball or the Debt Avalanche, you create a hyper-efficient system. You are no longer fighting an uphill battle against rising interest. You have leveled the playing field. The timeline to absolute financial independence shrinks by months, and the thousands of dollars you save in interest stay right where they belong, in your bank account, ready to be invested into assets that pay you while you sleep. The true secret to debt freedom isn't actually about finding the perfect mathematical formula on a piece of paper. The absolute best strategy is simply the one that you can consistently stick to month after month, year after year, without giving up. If you need the emotional boost of seeing an account close, use the snowball. If you are driven by pure logic and numbers, use the avalanche. If you have the credit profile to lower your interest rates systemically, deploy the hybrid method. What matters is that you stop playing defense and start playing offense. When you finally break the American debt trifecta, something incredible happens to your life. The money that used to vanish into thin air every single month suddenly stays in your hands. That cash flow becomes your greatest tool for building true generational wealth. You can fund your investments, buy real estate, build businesses, and create a life of absolute freedom where you answer to no one but yourself. Your paycheck finally belongs to you again. Getting out of debt is not a life sentence of structural deprivation. It is an act of structural organization and self-respect. It is you deciding that your future self deserves to keep the money that your present self is working so hard to earn. Once that $50,000 mountain is completely leveled, that exact same monthly momentum flips in your favor. Instead of paying interest to institutional lenders, you begin compounding interest for your own family's future. If you are ready to map out your own custom exit strategy, take action today. Pick your strategy, find your fuel, and stay the course. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and share it with someone who needs this motivational spark today. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a step on your journey to financial peace. Thank you so much for watching, keep pushing forward, and I will see you inside the next financial freedom episode.